welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Vuyo. It's a pleasure to speak to you and your viewers.
Now, this is President Zuma's third reshuffle. What can we read into this?
I think this one is different from the other ones in that I think it's a forced reshuffle. It was caused by the vacancies that were there in the cabinet to begin with, especially the death of the former Minister of Public Administration. It's a very careful reshuffle. If you look carefully at what has happened here, there are no real losers. People are being shifted to equivalent positions, and perhaps only in the case of Ben Martins can we say it's an upward movement. And the two former parliamentarians who have now become deputy ministers. But on the whole, there are no losers as far as this reshuffle is concerned. It's a very careful one, clearly dictated to by the atmosphere of the looming Manga Conference, probably.
When you bring Manga into it, how does it link to the Manga Conference coming up?
Well, the fact that among the people reshuffled, there is nobody called Tokyo Sehwale and nobody called Fikile Mbalula and so on, tells you that Mangaung is a factor here. And the fact that even those that are being shifted, they are being shifted really to equivalent positions rather than demotions. I mean, you could argue that from defense to public administration for Minister Sisulu, some people may say that is a kind of a demotion, but I don't agree with them because the department she's moving into is as important as defense. The same goes for correctional services, Mapisa Ngagula moving to defense. So I think this care, this level of care tells you that the president is not willing to add to the number of enemies on the road to Mangaung that he might have.
Yeah. What do you make of the, I mean, it's a wholesale change at the Department of Transport. The minister and deputy minister have been removed from there. What are your thoughts about that?
Look, I think it is probably the whole e-toll saga and the way in which the minister has struggled to deal with that, so much so that even the treasury had to be brought in basically to assist. And this one is still, with government to be resolved. And so I think it is not so much that Minister Ndebele has not been doing well. I mean, he is a veteran transport minister if you take it back to KwaZulu-Natal. But I suppose on a few very strategic issues, one of them being the e-tolling saga, he has not done as well as expected. I think the president is looking for a fresh pair of hands, two sets of hands, I suppose, there, and fresh ideas. That's why they have been removed, both of them.
And putting Ben Martins in there, is that the fresh pair of hands and ideas? Do you think that will inject a new sense of enthusiasm going forward?
It certainly comes in without the baggage that had accumulated over the two who have just been removed. And he is himself a person of talent, very well-read, very able person. There is no reason to believe at this stage that he will not do a good job there. It is a learning curve for him, and certainly lots and lots of challenges. Many of the infrastructure projects that have been announced by government link in one way or the other to the transport portfolio. So it is a tough job, but I think he is equal to it, and we must give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, talk a little bit about the removal, the Xing of Begitele. What are the political implications of that? You were saying careful around Mangaung coming up and that kind of thing. The president spent a bit of time acknowledging Begitele and talking about his achievements as National Police Commissioner. When you were listening to those remarks, what were your thoughts?
You know, we have to wait until the Bekitele press conference later today to get the full picture. What is surprising is the fact that either Bheki did not take the resignation option or it was not given to him. And the fact that he goes out in this manner seems to say to me that he and the president did not find each other when they met and when they were talking over this thing, and that perhaps there will be some fight back from him. He might take the matter on review, either that or perhaps there is indeed an agreement, that they came to agreement that, look, the way in which the board has reported on your case does not give me an option but to release you from your duties, but we can work something out. So it's not clear to me what is happening here, but it's certainly not the way that Cele would have liked to go out. I think he would have preferred to resign, because if he is not fit for public office, we will ask questions if he gets another public office appointment.
Yeah, just talk about the new National Police Commissioner, Mangwashiria Pierre. She was at Transnet at one point, she was at APSA. What do you make of this appointment?
This is the most surprising of all announcements we had yesterday, because she is not a career politician. She doesn't come from within the police. She comes, if you like, from the corporate world. And she's the first woman to be appointed in this position. And I think President Jacob Zuma is banking on the transformational value of this surprise appointment to calm down the fears of those who might be opposed to it. I think she's got excellent credentials. I mean, if you look at where she has been and what she has done, she is clearly not an ordinary person, quite exceptional leader. Whether she will be able to handle this most difficult portfolio, arguably the portfolio that has been difficult for everyone since 1994. We don't know. But again, I think she has the talent and we should give her the benefit of the doubt.
All right. Professor Tinyiko Maluleke, thank you very much for joining us this morning in our studios in Hatfield, Pretoria. You may